After graduating from the University of Western Ontario and the London School of Economics and Political Science with degrees in economics and business, Ian began his career at the Bank of Canada, analyzing banking operations and U.S. financial development. He then joined the highly respected international publication, the Bank Credit Analyst, as a financial analyst. Ian went on to become Senior Vice President, Industry Relations and Representation at the Investment Dealers Association of Canada. In 2006, a new independent association was created, the Investment Industry Association of Canada, with Ian as its first president and CEO. Under his leadership, the association gained a highly respected reputation. Ian worked tirelessly with regulators, government, and the media to shine a spotlight on the business and market trends impacting small and large dealers, and to draw attention to the regulatory and public policies needed to strengthen the industry's efficiency and competitiveness. Ian participated actively in many regulatory and market structure initiatives, including the Securities Industry Committee on the TMX-LSE merger, the Crawford Securities Industry Committee on analyst standards, the Hague Joint Securities Industry Committee on conflicts of interest, and as intervener at the Supreme Court proceedings on the jurisdiction of the International Securities Regulator. He served as a member of the Global Business Forum Steering Committee and actively participated in Northwind Professional Institute seminars and on the steering committee of the Northwind Retail Investor Invitational Forum. Ian also played an important role on the international stage as chairman and board member of the International Council of Securities Associations, promoting Canada's securities industry internationally and advocating global reform initiatives and greater jurisdictional cooperation and coordination. As an invited guest at Cumberland Lodge Financial Services Summit, attended by European and international leaders to explore future policy and regulation of capital markets. As a frequent participant in SIFMA conferences and roundtables. For 7 years as the leader of the Canadian delegation to the Asia Financial Forum in Hong Kong, and as a participant in the Asia Securities Forum. The IIAC Board of Directors, staff, and industry participants in Canada and internationally thank Ian Russell for his 15 years of service and dedication as President and CEO of the Investment Industry Association of Canada.
Hi Ian, congratulations to you on your retirement as President and Chief Executive Officer of the Investment Industry Association. You have had an extraordinary 30-year career in the Canadian capital markets, including the last 15 years as Chief Executive Officer of the Investment Industry Association of Canada. And I must say, during that time, you have made a lasting contribution to our industry and to the regulatory structure which we now enjoy in Canada. Your work included many meetings, I say hundreds, with the Bank of Canada, the Department of Finance in Ottawa, and virtually all of the provincial ministries of finance across the country, all of which has made an important difference in influencing how the investment industry has evolved in Canada over the past decade and a half. Please accept my sincere congratulations on all that you have accomplished, and I wish you good health and happiness in the years ahead, and hope that you have much more time to spend with family, friends, and for luxury travel. All the best, and congratulations again.
Ian Russell has been a steadfast and trusted voice for Canada's investment industry over the roughly 3 decades that I have known him. We have all benefited from his knowledgeable and thoughtful analyses of capital markets, governments and government policies, and the regulatory framework for securities markets. Ian has always recognized that there are many common interests among the investment dealers and market participants who nonetheless compete mightily each and every day. The thinking and perspective that he has offered In his long service at the Investment Industry Association of Canada and its predecessor, the IIAC, has, quite simply, made the Canadian investment industry better and stronger. Congratulations, Ian, and all the very best in everything that comes next for you.
Bonjour, mon ami. Yann, c'est maintenant le temps de te rendre hommage. Je voulais d'abord dire quelques mots provenant de tous nos amis du Québec pour te remercier pour tout ce que tu as fait, pour ta contribution à l'essor de l'industrie financière, non seulement à travers le Canada, mais au Québec aussi. Yann, you made sense of what is a true national organization. I've been privileged to stand with you on this board for so many years. Yann, you're my friend, and please save me some time when I'm in TO. We have a couple of drinks to catch up. Thank you, Yann. Bye.
Good evening, everybody, and congratulations, Ian, on a fabulous career. I'm thrilled to be able to say a few words, and I realized that I had a bit of a unique opportunity to see you work over the past 3 decades from some various lenses, starting at Goldman, where there was a lot of Chardonnay consumed at some of the watering holes on Bay Street, to my time at Merrill when I was part of the IIAC board when it was first formed, and then at the Bank of Canada. And so throughout all of these decades, Ian, what I saw and observed as your North Star was this creation and retention of a vibrant Canadian investment community. And for you, that meant diversification in dealers large and small. It meant international participants as well as domestic. You were always focused on trying to ensure that we had this balance of power and fairness that remained intact amongst all the various constituents. And you worked importantly as a bridge and a facilitator between the buy side and the sell side, regulators, and the international community. You were intellectually curious, and I know still are. You've got tons of energy, and the Canadian investment industry has benefited tremendously because of your stewardship and leadership over the past many years. So congratulations, Ian, on a well-deserved retirement, and I'm excited for what the next chapter will bring for you.
Ian, I want to thank you personally and on behalf of the Ontario Securities Commission and its staff for all that you've done for the development of financial services in Canada. You have always had the best interest of Canadians and Canada at heart. When industry, or more rarely we as regulators, have been prone to overreaching, you could always be counted on with great diplomacy to set us straight. You brokered solutions to many very difficult problems. Your study of history and understanding of politics fueled great discussions and afforded perspective. I hope we can all continue to count on your insights. All the best, Ian.
It's a real pleasure to honor my good friend and colleague Ian Russell on the occasion of his retirement from the IIAC. Ian has been a really great friend and ally to all of us at SIFMA, working cross-border between Canada and the U.S., on our joint conferences that we've held, as well as around the globe through our work together in IIAC, the International Council of Securities Association, which Ian had the great honor to serve as the chair a few years back. I have to say, over the years, as Ian and I have worked together, when I have been in Toronto or when he's been in New York or Washington, we built up quite a strong partnership, which I think has been to a tremendous benefit to our mutual and respective members. And we have always welcomed Ian at many of our conferences, whether it's the joint U.S.-Canada Security Summits that our respective organizations held together, or at the various conferences, such as our private client conferences, particularly given Ian's long history and advocacy for the Canadian industry and the wealth management business, and his deep knowledge of it. Ian, you've been a great friend. You're still a good friend. You're going to be missed in your role, but you have earned a well-deserved retirement. And I know you can spend more time reading about Lyndon Johnson and John F. Kennedy and all of the American presidents that we talked about over so many years. And I look forward to calling on you to find out about what's going on with our friends up north. So, my friend, thank you so much for all you've done for us at SIFMA, for the partnership, for all you've done for the securities industry, not just in North America, but around the globe. And good luck on a well-deserved retirement.
Many congratulations on your graduation. You have done a brilliant job, both in Canada and on behalf of the wider industry. I really enjoyed the time we spent together when you were chairing ICSA, and the role you played taking forward that important industry grouping, and particularly the work we did together appointing a new Secretary General. You leave a lasting legacy on behalf of the securities industry, and I wish you all the best in your future. I really enjoyed our conversations at various venues around the world and conferences, and particularly our dinners in London and our discussions about non-securities industry matters, including the royal family. So with very best wishes to you both, and looking forward to extending our friendship in the next stage of your professional and personal life.
Good evening. I just wanted to take this opportunity to make a couple of comments that really won't do justice to the many, many contributions that Ian Russell has made to the investment industry, to the Canadian capital markets, Canadian financial system, global financial system, in his many years of service. I'm making them from my library, so to speak, which is a poor imitation of Ian's library. Always known Ian to be a great student of history, both financial, political, geopolitical, and really bringing the lessons and the values of that history to his work every day. I have had the great pleasure of knowing him over the course of at least 2 decades. I stopped counting after that. And remember distinctly during times of great change in Canada, both positive and negative. Positive with some of the reforms of the 1990s, of the 2000s, developing our capital markets, opening them up, making them more efficient, making them serve Canadians better. Also remember very much during difficult times, including the global financial crisis when I was governor, and his counsel at key times when our system was under strain, and was able to withstand those strains, unlike so many others. So I have to say, I really approached this task with some sadness and nervousness. And sadness because I'll see Ian perhaps less frequently, hopefully not. Maybe I'll have to start reading more in order to see him more frequently. But nervousness because he's been such a fixture of our capital markets for so many years that I've come to rely on his presence and always have slept better knowing that he's there. So Ian, again, thank you so much for everything you've done for all of us. And I wish you the very best in the future. I hope to remain in touch and discuss. Rather than discuss, I think I'll just listen to your insights on so many subjects going forward. Take care.